So with this one, I'm programming this distribution Outlander 2017, and I want to know the type of keys it picks, if it is ID 46 or ID 47. So this one, I click on it, and so with this one I click on it and go to ignition coil detection. So what I'll do is, this is where the ignition coil is, so I'll place it in there and press the ignition. So I press on the push start button, and the moment I press on the push start button, you see it's giving me the key ID that I need. So this key is ID 46. Then I can use this ID 46 to generate a key for it. So I'll generate a key related to the ID 46 code. Then I'll do that. So now what I'll do is, I'll generate this key, this distribution. Then I'll select the model, which is Outlander. I think any of the Outlanders. So you can see even this one is selected the key for me. Now let me see the other one also. So now I know the key ID, so I know what to select. So this up to 16, and I'm working on a 17 model, so I'll select this one, which is, so I'll generate the key. Then after, so I'll generate the key. Then after generating the key, so this is the key, this is a working key, so there is battery in it. I'll place it on top of it. So I'll place it on top of it and click on generate, so that I'll be able to generate the key successfully. Then after generating the key, I'll try and program it. The whole problem was I was having a communication issue with this vehicle, but it has been sorted out, and now the communication is going through. So I'm going to program the key and see if the remote system will work, because they reported the remote is not working. So I'll wait for the key generation to be done. So now it has started generating the key. So I'll just wait for the key generation to be done, then I'll program it to the vehicle. Then from there, I'll know what to do, if I'll keep diagnosing related to CAN issue. So I want to program this key. So what they did is, this is the key that they worked on. So they wrote this key into the system. So now what I have to do is, I have to try and use the spare key to program it. Then after that, from there, I'll know what to do, or I'll know any other diagnosis. So I checked the CAN issue related, and I found out that it uses this socket. So it uses this junction, and it is 2, and there is another one also here. So those two are the CAN junctions that all the system communicates with. So now that I'm done with the key generation, I'll go to complete and click on the IMO. Oh no, it can not, so I'll go back. I have the key, so now I'll go back and go to and select by system. So let me see, or I can turn the key on for easy verification. I'll place in this key, because the vehicle can't see the key in the vehicle. So I'll place the key in and scan it, so that I can use the VIN to generate, to get. So so 17, and there's the details. So smart key. Then let me go to IMO scan and see if I'll be able to scan the whole system. Then I'll see the number of keys in and add my key to it. So there is all this number of keys. So I'll go to add keys, and you can see cancel. So you can see key registration, key ID not registered, and key number is 3 and other things. So what I'll do is I'll add it to it. Okay, at least one. With this one I click on OK to follow the procedure. I say insert the key that. So click on OK. OK. Turn ignition. Ignition is on. Then it's trying to establish communication. So if I add the key and it's able to unlock the vehicle, then I'll tell the customer to buy a new key so that I add it to it. So start for it to read the pin. So the pin reading is successful. Now turn off the ignition. Turn it off and press OK. So we wait for the communication to go through. It's reading the number of keys. So reading the number of keys, the system will turn on the ignition itself, and the ignition is on by itself because the machine did that. So I'll wait for it to establish communication. Then now executing key learning. So I'll wait for it to also tell me what to do. Yes, key learning is successful. So now within 30 seconds I have to add. Key learning succeed. Do you want to learn? Yes. So I have to add this key, place it in the hole like the one I did. Yes. Then I have to wait for it to give me any instruction, and if the key learning is okay, it will tell me. Okay, so key learning is successful. No, I don't want to continue again, so I'll end it and escape. So I think maybe because of the communication and quick erase to rescan the system and see the number of keys if it is going. This one I'll deal with it later. Is the tail boot. So now I'm having only 2 keys, which is the 2 keys that I'm having with me here. So it has turned into 2 keys because I'm having this key and this key also. So now what I'll do is I have to turn the ignition off, then try the lock and unlock button and see if it will work. It's not working and it's not responding. So let me try this one also. So this one locks and unlock. So I can say maybe it's because of frequency issue. So I'll regenerate this key again and reprogram it. It could be because of frequency issue. So let me check the frequency of this key. Exit. Although the ID is ID 46, it could be that the frequency is different from the one that I'm using. So you can see this is an American vehicle, so it's 3. So you can see this is an American vehicle, so it is 315, and this one is 433. So it's not going to work. So I have to generate a key, 433 key, and it will work. So let me do that and get back to you. So now what I'll do is let me go to universal keys again and regenerate the key once again. So let me regenerate the key. So we'll select the VIN and I'll select the frequency because now I know the frequency. And sorry, most of the American vehicles are. So now whilst the keys are here, I can turn on and turn off the ignition. So that key light symbol will be from the antenna. So that one I'll go and check it later and we'll see what we'll do about it. So now let me select Outlander and no, let me see all remotes. So now let me select all remotes. We'll select all remote. So now I'll select 4 button. I know the frequency, so I can select 4 button 315 ID 46. So these 2 keys, any of them will work. So I'll select 4 buttons, then do key generation. So when I do the reprogramming again, it will raise all the key and program the present key at the moment. So I'll finish with this generation, then I'll continue from there. So now the key generation is done, and let me test the frequency of the remote. Sorry. So let me test the frequency of the remote, and it's around 344. So I'll try and do the programming again, and this one too is the same frequency. So I'll do the programming again to go to Imo and do auto scan for it to scan everything. Okay. So yes, smart key. Then go to control, can, then back. Then do more scan and do hard keys. So now I have to erase all the keys in the system again and do it again. So now the key ID which was unregistered, now it shows that it registered 1 key. So now I'll do so that to show that it registered 2 keys. So I have to place a learn key into the keyhole again with the same procedure and press OK. So now click on OK, and yes, there's a learn key in the system. Turn on the ignition. The ignition is on already, and wait for the next procedure. So now that key ID which is 1, first it used to be unregistered, so now it is 1. So start, and reading pin will be successful, and it will require me to turn off the ignition so that it can turn the ignition on by itself. So I'll do that. So now I'll wait for it to finish. On the key is back on. Just turn on the key by itself. So I'll just wait for it. With the antenna issue is from the boot side. So after everything, I'll just check why the antenna is giving me an issue. Then I'll be done with the programming of the vehicle. But for now, it is done. So it is almost done. So yes, key programming is successful. So let me keep that key out and bring in the autel key. Then push it in. Then continue. Yes, wait for it to learn the autel key also to the system. So it will still be 2 keys. Now it will not be 3 keys anymore. So it was because of the CAN communication, that's why they couldn't communicate with the vehicle. No, there is no key again to be programmed. That's why they couldn't communicate with the system. So now everything is done successful. Go back and turn off the vehicle. Then this is the auto key. Try to see if the remote section will work, and it is working. And you can see with the auto key the remote section is working because of the frequency that I selected. So I'll add this key also. I'll also try this key and this key. This is the original key, and everything is working. So now what I'll do is rescan the system again and see 2 keys ID should be registered. That's what I'm thinking. 2 keys should be registered. So now this key is working, and also this key is working. So all I need to do is now check for the, let me you can check for the boot antenna, the antenna issue, then I'll be done and I'll call it a fix. So now you can see 2 keys ID registered. So now I can safely lock the car and go. So you can see 2 keys. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel for more videos. So I'll check the antenna, the boot antenna also, and we'll call it a fix. So you can see it works. No, turn it off, and it works. And this one also works. First, it requires you to put the key into the slot. Now the key is here, and the ignition can just turn on by itself. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel for more videos.